Let me say something that might sound backwards at first. Gaming is not ruining your sleep, it is not destroying your focus, and it is not the reason you feel burned out. How we end our nights is, because most of us do not stop gaming. We fall out of it. And there is a big difference. If you have ever shut your console off late in bed and felt your brain still running full speed, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. I want to talk about gaming with purpose, what that actually means, and why intention matters way more than hours played. Quick pause before we go deeper because this actually fits perfectly into what we are talking about. If you are like me, your nights do not really end when the game ends. You finish a session, then you are editing, watching YouTube, scrolling, maybe jumping into one more match, and suddenly it is way later than you planned. That was my reality for years. So when Glujo reached out about their Night E sleep glasses, I said yes. Not because I expected a miracle, but because I wanted something that helped my brain recognize when the day was actually ending. These are the Night E sleep glasses. I use the orange lenses because they look freaking dope. They are tinted, but not in a way that makes everything unusable. I wear them while editing, watching videos, and even gaming late at night. The biggest thing I noticed was not instant sleep. It's not a miracle knockout drug, but it was a calm. Like my brain was not being constantly poked awake. This is not about knocking you out. It is about helping your brain slow down. They are not meant for daytime use and not for color critical work, but as part of a night routine, they have helped me create a better off-ramp from screens to sleep. I will leave more info below, so now let's get back to the real conversation. Gaming with purpose does not mean gaming less. That is important, because every time someone criticizes gaming, the solution is always play less, quit, touch grass, sell the console. That misses the point entirely. Purpose is not about restriction. It is about intention. Gaming with purpose means you know why you are logging on. Not just because you are bored, not just because it is habit, not just because it fills the silence. You sit down and you know what this session is for. Relaxation, connection, progress, creativity, a certain challenge. Even escapism can be healthy if you know you are choosing it. The problem starts when gaming becomes the default response to everything. Stress, silence, anxiety, fatigue, loneliness. Not because gaming is bad, but because autopilot always costs more than you think. There is a reason night gaming hits different, and it is not just vibes. At night, notifications slow down, expectations disappear, nobody needs anything from you. Your brain finally feels safe enough to focus. That is why late night sessions feel immersive in a way daytime gaming rarely does. Less noise, less pressure, more presence. Your brain loves that. The problem is not night gaming itself. The problem is that your brain does not know when to stop. We were never taught how to end stimulation. We were taught how to start it. Click queue, load next match, next video, next scroll. Ending requires intention, and most of us never practice it. Here's the easiest way to tell the difference. Purposeful gaming leaves you feeling full. Mindless gaming leaves you feeling empty. Same game, same controller, same setup, completely different outcome. Purposeful sessions have a beginning and an end. Mindless sessions blur together. You're not present, you're just chasing the next hit of stimulation. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If gaming disappeared tomorrow, most people would not miss the games. They would miss the relief. That is not a gaming problem, that is a coping problem. Gaming with purpose means gaming as a choice, not as a reflex. Gaming is an easy scapegoat. It is visible, it is loud, it looks unproductive from the outside, but nobody questions doom scrolling for 3 hours. Nobody questions binge watching. Nobody questions being constantly online for work. Gaming becomes the villain because it is honest. It shows you exactly how long you were engaged. The real issue is constant stimulation with no closure. Gaming just happens to be the most immersive version of it. And immersion is not the enemy, lack of recovery is. And this is where everything breaks. We talk endlessly about gaming habits, but never about gaming exits. How do you end the night? Do you power down intentionally or do you just collapse? Do you give your brain a signal or do you expect sleep to magically happen? Your brain does not have an off switch. It has transitions. If you end a session and immediately jump into bed, your brain is still in performance mode. That is why sleep feels impossible. Gaming with purpose includes how you stop. That is the key missing piece. The answer is not playing less, the answer is building rituals. a signal that says this part of the day is over. That might be dimmer lighting, that might be music, that might be stepping away from color-heavy screens, that might be something as simple as changing environments. Purposeful gamers recover. They protect the end of the day the same way athletes protect rest days, because rest is not weakness, it is part of performance. We live in a world that never shuts up. Work bleeds into entertainment, entertainment bleeds into identity, identity bleeds into pressure. Gaming used to be an escape, now it is often just another extension of being online. Gaming with purpose brings it back to what it was meant to be: play, presence, connection, not noise. Gaming with purpose is not about playing less, it is about knowing when to stop. It is about choosing immersion without sacrificing rest. Gaming did not ruin your sleep, we just never learned how to end the night. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear how you unwind after gaming, or if you even do. And if you want more conversations like this, subscribe, because this channel is about gaming and lots of other things, but also about living well inside it all.